Where would America be in 2013 if progressive black people in this country followed Marcus Garvey's plan to leave this land and build our own empire in what is still the richest and most resourceful continent on this planet, Africa? We've all heard the phrase, "go back to Africa," whether it has been in a movie or in casual conversation with friends or relatives. What if the majority of Africans in America decided to take up that challenge and build from the ground up exactly what they built here, but better? My guess is America could not exist as the financial superpower that it is, because the natural resources of Africa that have not yet been pillaged from the land far outweigh the resources that America can steal. Only time will tell if black people around the world will wake up and fulfill that dream. Marcus Garvey had this brilliant plan before smartphones, social networks, and the internet was mass-produced for the public. Before all of the modern technology that has made us complacent. Garvey toured this country using only his words and passion to reignite the fire inside of Africans that have long been squelched to a low simmer. Marcus Garvey's plan to reunite lost Africans with their mother tongue, culture, and land is important to me because I feel that it is my very purpose in life. Although I am a so-called natural-born citizen of the United States, I have always been treated and felt like my presence on this land was not right. Almost like I had been kidnapped as an infant, and now in my 20s, my repressed memories of the traumatic experience have finally surfaced. I am not alone in this thinking. Revolutionaries like Malcolm X, Huey P. Newton, Angela Davis, Assata Shakur, and Khalid Abdul Muhammad have all shared the same sentiment. All of these prominent people were influenced in some way by Marcus Garvey's message. It is safe to say that Garvey led the way for black people who were ready to fight instead of march, back up their words with bullets or whatever was necessary. Why is it then that a lot of Americans recognize the aforementioned as household names but are not able to pinpoint who Marcus Garvey was and what he means to lost Africans? It could partially be due to black people's full assimilation into white society, and where they further lost themselves for the impossible chance to be accepted amongst those who feel they are superior. It could also be due to the lack of black history, which equates to American and world history, in the textbooks we have read since elementary school. That is why it is vital to keep the message and spirit of our ancestors alive by speaking on their accomplishments in speeches such as this. Garvey's message is especially relevant today because we as black people have given up the fight for freedom in exchange for a few trinkets and shiny things. Our music has been hijacked and in some instances used as a weapon to justify the injustices committed against us daily. Our men and women no longer value each other or the spiritual and mental currencies we have to share with one another. Instead, worthless paper is praised and anyone without it is looked down upon. The first president of the United States with African blood refuses to speak on the plight or retribution of the people who most admire him. Instead, he pushes for the legalization of gay marriage and amnesty for people that have resided in North America for thousands of years. Although the physical chains have been lifted from our feet, it seems like America is far better off now than it was 100 years ago. We have yet to release the mental chains that have kept us in the same powerless positions. What exactly was Marcus Garvey trying to accomplish? The best answer is complete segregation from the society in order to transition into what would be a fruitful new beginning of our native land, Africa. This would require unity amongst enlightened Africans in America, the likes of which have not yet been seen. Since it is more than likely that black people will never receive a financial apology like Native Americans, Japanese, people of the Jewish faith, and others that have received for the atrocities committed against them, It would be the responsibility of the people to save for, excuse me, sorry. It would be the responsibility of the people to save for our trip home. This would be possible today because black people in America spend well over $800 billion a year with no real assets to show for it. Garvey's message was so powerful that he began to draw attention from the Bureau of Investigation. Several different countries outlawed Garvey's newspaper, The Negro World, due to the fears of the truth reaching the masses and the inevitable backlash and revolution it would ensue. Sometimes a message's importance is evidenced by the reaction the people in power have, more so than the reaction of the people it was trying to reach. Would you say that in 2013, black people have come a long way? If you answer yes, then I would have to agree with you, but I feel as if we are nowhere near our full potential. It is possible to return to our glory days when we ruled the world by following the paths of real leaders, and then, once that trail ends, forging a new path that would take us beyond what we believe could happen. Marcus Garvey laid the blueprint to live a satisfying life in this world as we see it. It is now time to fulfill his dream and our dreams at the same time. All right, thank you, sir.
Did it catch me eating my tortilla?